everyone, it's me. My name is Alanna and I'm a Canadian, but I have been living here in the UK for the last 9 years. Now, the whole point of my YouTube channel was really like a digital journal, a digital diary as I learn what it means to be British. And let me tell you, over the years, we've learned a lot. And one thing that has been missing in this education is anything to do with rugby. But you guys said, Alanna, you gotta watch Rugby's Hardest Hits. And I'm concerned that this video is going to make me nauseous. As part of our rugby education, we are going to start here with Rugby Manual, top 50 biggest and most brutal hits in rugby. I am already nervous. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. We're just gonna watch a little snippet, but this is as good a place as any to start. Will I regret this? Probably. So here's number 10. Oh my God. Look at the size of them. A full rotation. Oh my God. Did they film this on a potato? Sorry, I just needed a breather. That hit happened so fast. Oh my God. Look how far he went. That man has to go straight to the doctor. Go straight to the hospital. Do not pass go. Oh. How did that happen? Wow. You'd have to be so strong. Like muscle mass strong. Side note, I know nothing of... Hey! Sorry. That said University of Canterbury. Is that the one that I know? Or is this a different... I live in Kent. Anyway, sorry, that's literally not the point of this clip. I know nothing about the rules. I guess for me, North America football, as in American football, is absolutely huge. That's what my dad used to watch, so that by default is what I used to watch. So American football, like, this kind of looks like it if you look at it really quickly, but very much not. I don't know the rules of this. I don't even really know what's happening. How they can play without helmets, though? Think how much your brain must be just absolutely rattling in your skull. Uh-oh. That poor man's brain. What's the like rate of injury in rugby versus other sports? Obviously football, American football is very physical, but you're absolutely decked out in pads and helmet and everything. And these guys look like they're just in their gym kit, running around on a field head first. I'm gonna need to go outside and have a breather in a minute. What even happened? Oh my God, that guy was like in the air. What? You know there's a lot of force when the guy getting tackled's legs literally go up into the air. I can't even imagine. Leave a comment down below. Do you watch rugby? Do you like rugby? What do you like about rugby? Why rugby out of all the other sports? Is it because it is so physical? It's kind of hard to compare this to any other sport, like, you know, American football, but this is nothing. They don't even have helmets. Okay, how about this one? Don't mess with England rugby. Huge hits and massive runs. Is rugby something that you guys play at school here in the UK? I think maybe that if you're exposed to sports in school at a young age, obviously you're more likely to enjoy them later on. I want to say that maybe we had a rugby team at my high school, but I really don't think so. I know there was a girls team because the girls tried to start up a team. I think it ran for one season and then that was it. There wasn't like enough local schools that also played rugby that there could be like actual matches, but they tried. Is this something that you play in school? Maybe. And that, you know, starts your love for it. This isn't, anyway, this is England. I'm assuming in the white. Oh. I'm sorry. Can we get a instant rewind? Again, with the feet, when the feet go up in the air, my spine shivers for that poor man. Hope he has use of all his limbs after this. Look at that. I don't know what's happening, but my God. As a foreigner, this feels like pandemonium. Like, it just feels like a free-for-all. It really does feel like the biggest lads you know with the thickest thighs you've ever seen, all banded together in their gym kit, went out on a field, and then just started fighting. I have never... I don't even know that poor kid. Oh! The whiplash. Oh, God. Is that kid still alive? Is this... Are we allowed to watch this on YouTube? Watch this kid's neck. Or maybe don't. Maybe it's better not to. That kid saw into the 6th dimension after that hit. Oh! And then lands on his head. That's got to be part of the allure of the sport, right? You could just see someone die. It kind of... Oh, that one gave me a chill. Kind of reminds me of... I did a video on the Isle of Man TT race, which was totally never heard of it before. That's pretty wild. It kind of reminds me of that because obviously there's like loads of skill. There's loads of skill in both things. And there's loads of bravery in both situations as well, because you know that there is a probability that you will get hurt. You may even die in the TT race, right? Loads of people do. Is that kind of like the thrill of watching it? The only thing that I can compare it to that comes to mind for me is like in North America, like the Indy 500, you know, those speed track. Lots of people watch that because they're waiting for a crash. I know that's like really morbid, but that's just the reality. Some people watch simply because there could be a crash at any moment. Is that kind of like part of the allure? Because you're like, literally anything could happen. And maybe it does. I don't know. I think I need to go outside and take a breather. Maybe take up smoking just for the sake of this one video so I can go outside. They just grab them. What does that mean if you just grabs? Oh my God. Wow. So now I'm starting to get a bit sweaty. Let's instant rewind that one. Wow. If you had to fight a person that like a professional athlete, say you, for some freak world, we live in the Hunger Games, I don't know, it's some sort of post-apocalyptic situation, and you had to fight one professional athlete, who would pick the rugby player? Because I feel like nobody. Me? Maybe a golfer. You know, they probably have a powerful swing, but I think I could maybe take on a golfer. Or maybe darts, for those people that consider darts a sport. Spoiler alert, it's not. If you can compete professionally while you have a very high blood alcohol level, it's not a sport. But yeah, maybe a dart player. Certainly not a rugby player. This is brutal bone-crushing rugby hits, the hardest tackles, bump-offs. What's a bump-off? I'm learning a lot of words that I don't actually understand the meaning for. I'll tell you what, though, I'm covered in a cold sweat. My spinal cord and my brain is just screaming. The neck is so fragile, and their necks are just going all over the place. Oh! Not many sports you're allowed to just pull someone's jersey. Oh, the legs. God. I need a minute. So I found this article, concussion in rugby, is rugby safe for kids? And here's the second question. If you played this in school, do you have a helmet, or do like rugby helmets just don't exist? I imagine too, where two helmets hit each other, that's also not that great. So maybe they think, well, if we just, nobody has helmets, then, you know, it's a free for all. Concussions are being talked a lot about at the moment because a group of more than 200 former professional rugby players are taking legal action against the organizations in charge of the sport. They say playing at a professional level and receiving repeated blows to the head and body has left them with permanent brain damage. I don't think that should be surprising. Many of the players involved in the case have now been diagnosed with dementia. That is deeply depressing. All right, well, who's still having fun? God. Ex-professionals say they experience high levels of contact when players bump into each other in training as well as training. That sucks, but I guess you have to get used to getting hit, right? Steve Thompson, who played in every England match when they won the 2003 World Cup, says he can't remember any of those games. What started out as a fun, kind of crazy video has suddenly taken a turn. World Rugby recently announced changes to contact for professional union players in training to try and prevent injuries and protect player welfare after research showed 35 to 40% of injuries occurred in training. The World Rugby guidance will now limit full contact training to 15 minutes a week. 15 minutes a week, wow. You can't even train it, it's that dangerous. Anywho, the other question I had was, oh, there's a big old bump there. Rugby union, and there's another type of rugby. I've heard that word before. What is the difference? This is not something that I know. Spoiler alert, don't know much. Anyway, let's just forget about concussions for a hot second and enjoy some uncensored physical contact. Oh, right out of his hands. You'd have to have such a strong grip to hold on while getting knocked down. Oh! Oh my God. First off, how high that guy jumped. Can we get an instant replay? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. I've got chills. NFL, are you watching This Is Rugby? No pads or helmets, a sport played by men. This, I think, is silly. Men, is it anti-masculine to not get dementia? Like, come on now. Great rugby video. They talk about making football, hockey safer. Never hear about rugby. You never hear about rugby. Whole different breed. Almost reminds me of modern day gladiators. I mean, it's certainly violent enough. I like how so many of the comments are different languages. It certainly is a sport that is loved across the world, right? Everybody's watching it. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Oh. Instant stop. You'd have to have so much power in your legs and just like take your whole body. You know, they do that L and they just go face first at somebody. Wow, threw him right off. These guys are scary. I don't know what's going on in there, but I wouldn't want to be a part of it. Oh my God, don't let go. Wow. He just picked that whole man up. And that was a dense man to start with. This one is biggest hits in Rugby League 2024, fairly recent. Again, what is league? Okay, no, that's the word. League versus union. I know there's like slightly different rules. Is one more British than the other one? I'm not really sure. Oh my God! Instant replay. You'd have to have no fear. Look at the legs on these guys. My God. What's the workout routine? Drop the details. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, when kids just like go limp and seemingly don't get hurt. I'm sure that's not the reason why, but it's almost like you have to have no fear. And when you get hit, it's almost like just go limp. That might be the wrong advice.
He won't need an ice pack. He'll just sit in the fridge after the game. He might have 12 busted ribs.
With decisions like that.
KFC! Oh, sorry. I was distracted by the giant KFC.
Through the bunker and the officials.
Wow. Goodness me. The size of that man. Wow. The only thing I can compare this to is American football, and it's not even close. But hot take alert, I don't think that taking a full-blown hit by a man who weighs 300 pounds, I don't think that makes you masculine, okay? It makes you a rugby player, certainly, and you gotta be very brave. But fellas, don't be doing this to yourself to look cool, okay? There's so many other things that you can do. Like, I don't know, get through life without a concussion. Oh, wow! That's the first. Literally pushed him away. Instant replay. Wow. Again, the power you'd have to have. That poor lad on the bottom. Okay, one more. I heard that one from here. Last instant replay. I hope this isn't annoying. Last instant replay on that, the sound.
For a shoulder charge here, the New South Wales players by Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt finds Newton. Walsh, and now this may be close to a symbol. Freddie, you were close to that.
Wow. I just saw this is New Zealand, or Queensland versus New South Wales. I wonder if that is like a British influence. Obviously, a lot of British people were sent to Australia. Is that a British influence of a love of rugby, or who started rugby? Rugby is said to have originated at Rugby School, which came first, in Warwickshire, 1823. That is so interesting. I wonder if that's true. This one says it as well. William Webb Ellis. I literally cannot read. Clergyman and alleged inventor of rugby football. He was born in Lancashire, attended rugby school. It was alleged that he was responsible for inventing the game of rugby football, i.e. changing a game of football from a kicking game to a handling game. Oh, sorry. When I read football, I still think American football. No. During a game of British soccer, British football, he decided to pick up the ball and run with it. In my mind, I was picturing that they were playing football. Even though I've lived here for 9 years, there's certain words that when I see them, I just default, and football is one of them. I default to American football still. Maybe by next year it'll change, but not this year. It is not this day. Okay, so here's a comment. Union is a contact sport. League is a collision sport. Nice cracking shots in this video. Nicely edited. No silly music. Interesting. So many of these are just ridiculously dangerous. What's the point in going for a tackle like that? Maybe I just don't get it. Rugby as a whole seems very exciting. It's very physical, right? You don't get this kind of physical interaction like in other sports. You've basically got no pads. You're just running around with your head all exposed. It's thrilling. And I bet you it is terrifying to play. Would I play it? Well, let me tell you. Look at this screenshot. Not a screenshot. Look at this pause screen. Would I play this? What do you think? Leave a comment down below if you've made it this far in the video. First off, thank you so much. I have a couple of bits of homework if you're interested. No worries if not. Why do you love rugby? Is it the physicalness? Is it the violent element? You know, you just don't get contact like this in other sports. Is that the appeal? Is it the general vibe? Is it the fans? Is it the atmosphere? What is it about rugby that you love? And also, if you have anything else you'd like me to react to about British culture, obviously this is an Australian game, but rugby as a whole, we can say is a British sport. Allegedly. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to watch more, definitely check out this one. I reacted to the Isle of Man TT race and almost threw up. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, bye!